right, big welcome to you all to our channel. We have
It's me, Beatrice. I've been disappearing from this world. Yes, life has gotten in the way.
Yep.
But sometimes we still play a bit of Vanguard. Sometimes.
Yep.
Every other month or so.
So our boy, our teammate right here lives right now in Germany. Most of us live in the Netherlands, so it has been a while since we have seen him, and now he's visiting. So yeah, it's amazing, and he showed me a beautiful deck yesterday, which I was actually pretty surprised on how good it is, and yeah, today we will show it.
Yes, so this is... Everyone's been playing Grand Blue this whole time. Like, the Night Rose. Everyone loves Night Rose. Who doesn't love Night Rose? Skull Dragon, big Unga Bunga, ship Unga Bunga. But I played the teams with Night Rose. I liked it, but I wanted to do something else. And this deck is not new. Everyone should already know this if you follow the tournament results. It's a Ghostie deck with our lovely Captain Beatrice, the leader of the Ghostie. And well, it seems like at the beginning I also didn't believe in it. Like, you only play like draws, where's the crits? Isn't crit good? You hit yellow and then you do double damage. Yes, it is, but this deck is really one of the key advantages that it's extremely defensive, because Ghostie, one of the effects, gives extra defense to all the ghost cards you have, so you can really build. You can really guard a lot of attacks with only just 5 or 6 cards in hand. You can intercept with Ghosties, which play into account when you do Beatrice's skill to downgrade to Jessie, to a grade 1, and to a heal trigger. And heal trigger is 20k shield. If you have Beatrice, you have 25k shield. If you have a protect 2, well, that's 35k shield intercept for you. And it's not even a 5k base, it's a 15k base. It's stronger than your Beatrice, which is quite funny when they try to think, oh, I'm just going to hit your heal trigger. So... And the art is beautiful. Yes, I'm calling all Grand Blue players who play the other heal, the lady heal, this is the heal. I'm telling you, this is the heal. You could play Heal Guardians, but I was contemplating on it. When you face aggro decks, like our friend D-Boy plays Spikes, it's hard to guard because there's no 15k shields here, at least not until you hit grade 3.
Especially when they know that you don't play 15k shield, they just make the irritating numbers.
Exactly. So early game is extremely difficult, but if you go first, well, you're a gamer already.
Yeah.
So if you have a heal guard, it's really nice to give it extra early guard power, because you can really get steamrolled too fast. But once you hit your grade 3, things really slow down a lot. You can even, I even play like Pat, which can guard from the drop zone for a Vanguard attacks. It's a 20k shield, so it really caught opponents off guard, because they don't take into account that, oh, I have 3 cards in hand, they have 3 attacks, they think I can guard anything, but then I just whoop this bad boy out from the drop zone, and it's like 40k shield, that's 62, no pass, and they're like, oh. Yeah. So it's pretty fun, I like it. It's a lot of multi-attacking shenanigans and utilizing the weakest marker of them all, Protect 2. Everyone clowning on it. Well, I'm a believer. I will say Protect 2 is the best Protect marker. At least for this deck, of course. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You want to show like the combo card? I don't really know.
Yeah, we could talk a little bit about the deck. So as oh boy said right here, is like you have the strength of the deck being also very defensive. But remember, you also have the multi-attack, like the downgrading with Beatrice, being able to get the easy counter charge, deck being consistent as it has only 4 right targets, but it's still strong and you could get it to your hand. Multiple things that you have to keep in mind. You have stuff like that you could use, which are good in almost every Grand Blue deck, like these
12 cards.
Yeah.
Oh, also of course the dragon.
Skill Dragon himself,
which also procs starts the multi-attack. Could be it's actually quite a finisher that people don't expect.
Yeah.
Because what you can do, Oh, we can go over it later.
Yeah. Also, the thing is with this deck playing against it is like you do have a big hand, because sometimes just defending an attack is just one card, one intercept, and playing so much draws helps you because you like taking damage. You want to be on high amount of damage so you could multi-attack. So the draws are actually amazing. One of the few decks that plays so much draws doesn't play a crit. I mean, you could play a crit for fun, like
You
just
could.
one for them to always guard your finger attack, but yet again, it doesn't matter. It's not like we're playing an open deck list tournament, like
Exactly.
BRO. If you play BRO, then your opponent knows that you don't play a crit, which is kind of sad because it takes the surprise out of it. Although, if people know Ghosties, they know that maybe you don't play crit.
You should. If you play competitively, you should quite know that Ghosties do exist. They did well, but people just like to play Nitros more. And I have been playing Nitros, and sometimes it just doesn't seem. It's just not it.
Yeah.
Especially you have those moments when you play 4 Nitros, 2 Beatrice, and you always somehow get the Beatrice and never the Nitros. So you always ride Beatrice anyway. So I said I'm just going to play Beatrice now.
Okay. What are the cards that you would change about the deck, like ratios? Would you take something out to put something in? We already talked about the Heal Guardians. Heal Guardians versus normal heals. Heal Guardians being a grade 3 is a little bit sad because you only want to ride into your Beatrice. You don't want to draw into a Heal Guardian at the wrong moments. Him being a Ghostie, being a good attacker, being a good defender is always good as you could intercept with it. So you could play Heal Guardians, as you already said, but this I would say better.
Yeah, like the issue with Heal Guardians, like what it brings is that an early guard.
Yeah.
So against aggro decks, that's where Heal Guardians shine.
Aggro deck, and if you go second.
And if you go second.
That's basically the moment that Heal Guardians would shine, I would say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but then you're getting that benefit, while also one of the disadvantages is that you might miss your ride because if you write not this, you're pretty much saying your death sentence. And then what else? You can with your G assist, or you can also after you hit Beatrice, it's the Heal Guardians are not that great. So that's one of the reasons why you wouldn't play. There are also other Ghostie options, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I'm playing Chappie, not because, I mean, one would argue that it's good, the best option, but I would say it's not. It doesn't, not necessarily. It's a good extra power that you can give at the end of the loop from 3 to 1 0 if you don't want to use your heal triggers, because it's also a beat stick. There is also like a great one, I don't have it with me right now, that gets power up and have a higher shield. I think 10k power and 10k shield when you have 15 drop, something like this, is a Ghostie as well, which you can use. One is fine, but yeah, you definitely want to use Columbard. You could use a ship as well, to be honest. So maybe this can be your ship.
The deck's very flexible.
Yeah, and
you could build it differently. You could play one-offs, of course, because it's red and blue if you want.
Because ship is nice when you go to grade 2 Columbard, then you call a ship, you draw, and then when you Beatrice, you call the ship again, you draw again.
Yeah,
like this sort of things that Nitros already do. And you can even cut like one of these if you really don't want to play 4. I never had an issue when I'm playing 4. I think I prefer 4. Yeah, and then crits. Like maybe you want to play 4 crits for that, and making sure that people know that they have to guard sometimes.
Yeah.
But I've never really had a problem with having more draws. It's pretty good. Like it's pretty fun. If you have enough counterblast, you can really do things that your opponent doesn't expect. So yeah, maybe you can get into that now.
Yeah. Show us combos.
So with Beatrice as your Vanguard, right? It gives extra 5k power to all Ghosties. So it means your attack will hit like a 13k base, even sometimes over a trigger, depending on how many protect 2s you have. So the common term is usually Beatrice as your Vanguard. You attack with Jessie, which gives 5k on attack. So that's 9k plus 5, that's 14. Plus Beatrice skill makes it 19, and then plus protect 2 usually under it, and it's 24.
Yeah.
So that's over defensive trigger. Very nice. And then it countercharges when it dies, and when it dies, you can counterblast 1 to call grade 1, say this one. It has the same skill on attack plus 5k, and it can die to countercharge. And when it dies, Beatrice spots again.
Yep.
And it's 13k base without just with being Beatrice. If it's protect 2, it's 18k base, and if you have a trigger, then it's pretty good. Your other option is Tommy. So this one lets you go to grade 0.
Mm-hmm.
This one is just a better attacker. This is a 23k when you have the conditions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those are the options, and the grade 0 options are these. Heal trigger, 5k plus Beatrice skill, which makes it 10k. If you have a protect 2, it's 15k. If there's no triggers, then they have to guard this poke. And if it's under protect 2, then it has 20k shield plus 10k, 30k shield plus Beatrice skill, which gives it extra 5k, 35k shield, can intercept.
Yep.
And your opponent might think, oh, I can just kill the heal trigger. Yeah, but it's stronger than the Beatrice, so it's actually easier to guard your heals than guarding your Beatrice. It's almost always worth to keep it because it's 35k shield.
Yeah.
Or the other option is the Chappie. It gains power plus 10k when you have 10 in drop. It's Grand Blue. Very simple. So it's 5k plus 10, 15, plus Beatrice, 20, protect 2, 25.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's 25k power, so that's over defensives again.
Yeah.
And under protect 2, it's 10 plus 10, 20, 25k shield. Can intercept.
It's basically 10k less shield, 10k more attack.
Yes.
Power.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between having a Choppy on the field or a Ghostie heal.
You can also just guard with it.
Yeah.
Because it procs also on the Guardian Circle. It gains 10k shield, so it's the same. Well, it's not the same. It's like 10 plus 10. It's 25k as well. 25k shield, even without protect 2, just from your hand.
Yeah.
So it's actually really good. If only it's not when placed. If only it says when moved. But this is an extremely old card. EB02, the first Grand Blue release.
They didn't think about having Beatrice later.
If only, right? If only.
Yeah, that would have been 10k more shield. Then it would always be the better choice.
Yeah.
And
so
then you would maybe play even a 2 off.
Exactly. So you go 2, you counterblast 1, but you countercharge 1, so it's free.
Yeah.
To go 1, counterblast 1, countercharge 1 when it dies, and then you go to this or this, depending on what you want to do. This is more shield, this is more pressure. And because you counterblast, countercharge, you don't actually spend any counterblast. So that's the general move. But as a finisher, you have to remember Grand Blue have Skull Dragons. And with Skull Dragons, you thought, well, what can they do? Well, they also die on attack.
Yep.
So usually if you have so many counterblasts, you attack with Skull Dragon, it dies, counterblast 1, you don't countercharge, but you do go to Jesse, and then you do the loop to 0, and it only costs you 1 counterblast for the Skull Dragon. And then the second one, attack and it dies, you can do that again.
Yeah.
But then you use 1 counterblast for the dragon, 1 counterblast for Jesse. You don't countercharge anymore because you can only do it once per turn. And then another counterblast for him, and another counterblast for this or this. So, and all of them, if they're at 5 damage, it's lethal.
Yep.
And all of them hit, which makes the multi-attacking aspect is really interesting when you have 4 open counterblast somehow. Yep. And usually you do, because you don't always want to push them hard right away. Just be even like going from 3, 2, 1, 0. It's only 1 counterblast that you need to do 1 loop from just 1 Skull Dragon. Yeah. The second one takes 3 extra more.
And you don't want to end up half loop because you want to end up with your biggest shield on the field.
Yes, you really want that. So that's one of its strengths. And it's extremely tanky because of Protect 2. But it's not, there's always a weakness to it. Like, for example, you have intercepts on the field, on the front row, but they have no protection. So if you get retired, then you lose a lot of shield.
Yeah.
So control is really
Doesn't
harsh.
give them resists.
Yeah, there's no resistance. You have to really be careful if you want to go that route.
I mean, there are zombies and ghosties. They don't mind dying.
They don't mind dying, but they do mind getting hit sometimes. At least my Vanguard does. So
sad.
control is difficult when they kill you intercept or spin it out with
Yeah.
Beard Chronicle, or even lock them with chaos and take your markers away. It's manageable, but it does hinder the gameplay quite a bit.
Yeah.
But if they don't play control in your local area or your region, then you're gonna go ham, because it's really hard to kill these ghosties.
Yep.
And if you manage to get, I don't know, 2 or 3 protect marker, and you stack one of them, that's just, yeah, this, they want to kill, this is 20k shield. It's 20k base. They really want to do that, but of course, it's difficult. But I like it because of that multi-attack. I'm tired of playing Night Rose. Not really, I'm not a Night Rose player apparently. Ghostie has been doing me fine for now. So that's your other option if you want to play Grand Blue and not want to play Night Rose.
Yep. Alright guys, that's actually it for the deck. If you want to see a match, we could try to do a match for you guys soon. But for now, as we said, the deck is strong offensively and defensively. It's a different playstyle. And it's also a refreshing playstyle if you have played Night Rose for so long and you want to do something different, but you're very loyal to your Grand Blue. Alright, thanks for watching. Thank you for tuning in our channel. Thank you for the deck profile. And we will see you guys very soon.
See you guys. Enjoy playing Grand Blue. Bye.
Till next time.